Last week, the president was asked about a strike, and he told reporters, quote, no, I'm not worried about a strike until it happens. I don't think it is going to happen. Joining me right now is a man who is dealing with it in his backyard, Missouri Congressman. He is chairman of the House Ways and Means Committee. Jason Smith back with us. Mr. Chairman, always a pleasure to see you. Thanks very much for being here. Give us your reaction to this strike.
You know, let's just put it this way. President Biden campaigned on that he would be the most pro-union president in the history of our country. And unfortunately, President Biden has been more focused on giving hundreds of billions of dollars of green money to these big auto dealers and not actually delivering for the American worker. That's why we're at where we are at today. And I'll tell you, these big auto dealers, they should pass on the hundreds of billions of dollars that they have received in the Inflation Reduction Act to those workers.
Yeah, I want to get your take on where we stand on these appropriations bills, Congressman. Of course, we all know that you and your colleagues, lawmakers, had 8 days until the government runs out of money, and we may very well see a government shutdown. I know you've had some wins. You've had some victories on these appropriations bills, fully funding the Department of Defense request of $826 billion, investing in countering China, confronting an increasing woke Pentagon, defunding the DOD's new abortion policy, fiscally responsible appropriations bills, but will they make it over the finish line?
You know, I sure hope so. You think about why we're in the debates right now is the $32 trillion worth of debt. The Democrats spent more than $10 trillion in just the first year of the one power rule under Biden, Pelosi, and Schumer, which has led to inflation increasing 17.4% since Biden's taken the oath of office. That is why we're having these debates. That's why we're having these discussions. Unfortunately, the United States Senate is trying to pass appropriations bills that are above the marks that were outlined in the Fiscal Responsibility Act that was signed into law in May. We're going to get there, but there's a lot of discussions and a lot of fights ahead.
Well, I mean, look, Congressman, you've also addressed the border with fully funding the border security consistent with H.R. 2. Most people would agree that that should be the priority, although your colleagues on the left are saying that this is all politics and you want the government to shut down. If the government shuts down, won't Republicans be blamed?
If there's a government shutdown, Republicans are always blamed. The media is not our friend. Let's just get the job done, and that's exactly what's important. We need to make sure that we fund the southern border in protecting and securing our borders. Unfortunately, this administration wants open borders, but you know what? We're seeing that we have the issues all over the country. New York City is the prime example of the issues it's facing whenever you have such a porous border.
House Speaker Kevin McCarthy went after some reporters yesterday because they claimed that the GOP has not produced any evidence against President Biden in this money laundering bribery allegation. Let's take a listen. Watch.
Do you believe the president lied to the American public when he said he'd never talked to his son about business dealings? Yes or no? It's all right. You can't answer that? Do you believe when they said the president went on conference calls? Do you believe that happened?
That's what the testimony says.
Okay. Do you believe the president went to Cafe Milano and had dinner with the clients of Hunter Biden, who believes he got those clients because he was selling the brand?
That's what the testimony.
Then I go back. Do you think the president lied that when he said
an impeachable is lying and impeachable?
So, Mr. Chairman, tell us about the plan for the impeachment inquiry. How are you going to get the public to understand that you actually did unearth evidence?
Well, just think about this. Does any reasonable person believe that the Biden Justice Department would fairly investigate President Biden's son? They should have set up a special counsel on the day that President Biden was sworn into office. You have the Attorney General of the United States that's testified before Congress numerous times saying that there was not a need for a special counsel because Mr. Weiss had complete authority. However, my IRS whistleblowers that came before the Ways and Means Committee has proven otherwise. They have said that the prosecutor Weiss said in an October 7th, 2022 meeting that he was not the deciding factor in bringing charges against the president's son, that it was above him. And so that right there tells you a huge problem. And then what did they do? After all this information came to light, they ordered a special counsel to cover their own backside. That is pretty disturbing in itself there, Maria.
Well, also disturbing is this $20 million in payments from foreign sources that we've learned from you and your colleagues, these messages and the infamous D.C. dinner that Kevin McCarthy just mentioned and the whistleblower testimony. But what I want to know is what you believe is the most damning evidence that you all have to suggest bribery, that the president was involved in bribery and money laundering. You've told us about the $20 million. Is it more than that? Nancy Mace told us that it could be $50 million. What were they getting paid for? And how come they set up 20 shell companies while he was vice president? What are these shell companies about?
Those are all great questions that we need answers to. Unfortunately, since we released the testimony of the IRS whistleblowers on June 22nd, myself, Jim Jordan, Jamie Comer have sent 16 different investigative letters to the Biden administration asking questions and demanding answers, and they have stonewalled us this entire time. That is why we're going to an impeachment inquiry, is because we need these questions answered. But guess what? Joe Biden and his administration is stopping us at every level. The American people deserve to have the answers to the questions that you just asked, Maria, but they are stonewalling us. We are fortunate for the two credible IRS whistleblowers that came forward that documented almost this $20 million of money that came from China, Romania, Ukraine to Hunter Biden and the Biden family. And let me tell you, that's where we also found the WhatsApp message that was from Hunter Biden to the Chinese business partner saying, answer our demands. I'm seated next to my father. And guess what? Until those IRS whistleblowers came out, the President of the United States said repeatedly he knew nothing of his son Hunter Biden's business dealings. When that came out the next day, the White House was singing from a different tune. They said, wow, we are not involved in Hunter Biden's business dealings.
Yeah,
it's not adding up.
It's word games. But let me get your take on this impeachment inquiry. Are you confident that an inquiry is, in fact, going to allow you to get Joe Biden's bank records? I mean, you've got to connect the dots to say, yes, Joe Biden got the $5 million that the Burisma head said, $5 million to one Biden, $5 million to the other Biden. Because right now you've got special counsel David Weiss indicting Hunter Biden. He's charging the first son with 3 federal gun charges. So, you know, Hunter is now facing a maximum sentence of 25 years in prison. This is giving the media, you know, its rules. So that's the media is going to all say, okay, so the DOJ is fair. It indicted Donald Trump 4 times, and now it's indicting Hunter Biden, right? So, I mean, are you ever really going to get what you need to connect the dots to Joe Biden when, in fact, you've got this new indictment now against Hunter?
Maria, it is laughable if people believe that the gun charges against Hunter Biden are that serious. Let's put it this way. That's the only charges that has no affiliation to the President of the United States. So it was easy for his Justice Department to come out with those charges. What we found out even this week from testimony from IRS agents that we subpoenaed, what they said, Maria, is that they are discouraged with the fact that over 19 months ago, that they agreed with the 2 IRS whistleblowers that Hunter Biden should be charged with felony tax crimes. But guess what? There's not been one tax crime brought forward. That is what all has the smoke that is going towards the President of the United States.
All right, Mr. Chairman, you've got your hands full. We're going to keep following your work. We appreciate your time this morning. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Maria.
Missouri Congressman Jason Smith, Chairman.